My name is Nurse Chad, and Martin Luther King Jr. was given a lot of credit for his delivery of the well-written I Have a Dream speech. The speech can pretty much be summarized, if you haven't heard it, as him sharing his wish for a utopian society. A society in which a man or a woman is judged by the content of their character as opposed to the tone of their skin. At that time, racism was, in a lot of ways today, still is a problem. Even people that aren't normally racist. Whenever Obama does something fucked up and they think about Obama, I'm sure a good percentage of them, they think to themselves, that fucking nigger. He did this, that, and this. I remember growing up not understanding why people were racist, the ones that were. I remember thinking to myself, man, a person who the only reason you can think of to hate is the color of their skin can't be a bad guy. Like, I wish the only complaint I could have about people around me was, oh, well, if their skin tone was just slightly different, I could stand them, but it's their skin. See, the problem is Martin Luther King Jr. didn't address the real problem. To be honest, he was one of the perpetrators of the real problem. Jesse Jackson, one of the perpetrators of the real problem. The Reverend Jesse Jackson. The real problem is religion. That's what's getting in the way of a utopian society. Shirley Phelps from the Westboro Baptist Church. Under the table, people credit her with being a true Bible believer, even though she has a bastard son. The ones that are crediting her for being a true Bible believer don't happen to know that she had a bastard son. Shirley Phelps from the God Hates Fags Church is someone who outwardly follows the Bible. Inwardly, I'm sure she's sucking cock. I mean, how else is she going to have a bastard child? But outwardly, she's preaching what the Bible teaches. And not just what the Bible teaches, the Quran teaches, and what Judaism teaches. Religion is a fuel for division and hate. I wouldn't have a problem with that if one of them was true. For example, if you actually had the Word of God in your possession, and it just so happens to be that God is an asshole for, whatever reason. He's a dick. There's a lot of dicks walking around who are dicks just for the simple fact that they can be dicks. So from the scientific point of view, you can't just assume that God isn't going to be a fucking dick. You have to keep your mind open to that option. Number one, there could be a God, and number two, he could be a dick. So the atheist, they want proof. At least that's what I want. Proof. You claim there's a God? Fine. I'm not immediately going to see you like you're fucking insane. What do you have? Muslims say, well, we have the Quran. And we also have the recorded sayings of our prophet. Look it over. Okay, let's look it over. Look at that. Turns out your prophet married a 6-year-old when he was in his 50s. Turns out that your prophet married his best friend's 6-year-old daughter when he was in his 50s. Oh, you say he didn't fuck her until she was 9, until she had gone through puberty, which just happened to be at age 9. Okay. Oh, you say this happened a lot during that time. Okay. Oh, look at that. Muhammad, your prophet, also ended up making it so the first person that accepted Islam, his son, had to divorce his wife, then marry Muhammad so he could fuck her. Oh, his stepson, not his biological son. So that makes it okay. It's cool to do that as long as it's not your biological son. Of course, the Muslims, they try to clean up that story a lot. They say, oh, well, you don't understand. What happened was Muhammad was looking for his stepson, And then he walked into his hut, and his wife was the one naked, and then she saw Muhammad while she was naked, and then she was terribly turned on by Muhammad and couldn't control herself. This is supposed to be the ideal man from the Muslim point of view. To emulate Muhammad is supposed to be the greatest way a Muslim can live out their life. But I started talking about the Quran because that's what the Muslims are offering as proof that God interacted with Muhammad. So there's no need to character assassinate Muhammad. As I said before, God could be a dick and he could have fucking assholes delivering his message. Obama's a dick, he has assholes delivering his message. Bush was a dick, he had assholes delivering his message. Why not God? So let's look at the Quran. And more importantly, let's look at how Muhammad explains the Quran. The story of Jonah and the whale is in the Quran. Clearly stolen from the Bible. Who cares that that's stolen? How about the fact that the science behind that story is bullshit? God's going to give humanity a final message with bullshit science? Muhammad said Adam, the first human being that lived, was 90 feet tall. We know that's bullshit. We also know that Adam and Eve couldn't have been the only two people that started humanity. We can prove this with DNA. There's a passage in the Quran where it talks about the earth and the sun. And Muhammad goes to explain this passage. And in it, he very clearly explains that the sun goes around the earth. We know that's bullshit. I know a lot of people who disagree with my crusade against bullshit are going to say unto me, atheists do a lot of fucked up shit too, man. Look at how many people Pol Pot has killed. People like that I don't even want to address because they're so fucking stupid. Did Pol Pot kill millions of people because he didn't believe in pink unicorns? See, nothing bad happens in the name of nothing. That's what atheism is. It's a belief in nothing until you have evidence to the contrary. But what religion does, it conditions your brain to see facts and bullshit as one and the same. It conditions your brain to not give a fuck or respect scientific advancement. Religion has taken away or retarded just about every positive aspect of life. Christopher Hitchens was absolutely correct when he said religion ruins everything. They take babies who apparently Allah couldn't have created properly, these babies. He had to create them in such a way that their penises were fucked up and that someone has to cut the tips of their penis foreskin off so Allah could be pleased with their penis, or God, or Jesus, whatever. The Jewish religion, the way the Jews do it, is even more fucked up because they use their mouth on the baby. Yeah. This is torture for the child. No type of anesthesia used. It's the most sensitive part of your body being ripped off. That's how religion welcomes you into the world. Then they try to tell you a story that's one of the most fucked up stories I've ever heard. A story about a man named Abraham, a man who God instructed that he should decapitate his son. God wanted him to take his son and chop his fucking head off so he could show God how much he loves him. Do you love me enough to take your son and chop off his fucking head for me? Just the fact that people, when they hear that part of the story, don't spit in the face of the fucking asshole trying to shove this bullshit down their goddamn throat is fucking pathetic. And they say, oh, well, right before he was about to chop off his son's head, God sends him a lamb and he sacrifices the lamb. Isn't God great? And that's why you have hundreds of thousands of people throughout time who have killed their own children because of mental illness, because they think they're getting messages from God asking them to do the same crap. I'm curious about something. What if God told Abraham that he wants Abraham to suck his son's cock? What would happen? You know, what if the story was Oh, God told Abraham that he needs to perform fellatio on his son. And just before he got ready to put his cock in his mouth, God sent him down a lollipop and said, no, don't suck your son's cock, suck on this. And now every April whatever is Popsicle Day. Because of God's mercy, he didn't have to suck his son's cock. Most people are thinking, that's really fucking disturbing that I would say such a thing about a man being asked by God to suck his son's cock. But I'm telling you that the God that says that is a lesser asshole than the one that says chop your son's head off. I'm here to wake people the fuck up. Everything can end if we get rid of the bullshit. We can expose religion for the farce that it is, and we can turn our country into a true utopian society, one that's founded on science. Every dream human beings have ever had can be achieved through science. We are on the cusp. We can have immortality, we can have riches, we can have health, we can have intelligence. The sacrifice for that is religion. That's the head that I'm here to chop off. Help me. Follow my Twitter. Use the PayPal. Support anything I fucking plug. I need fuel to fight this war.